So I'm at a cafe right now, so I gotta be a little bit quiet. This iced almond milk latte tastes super good, but this video is like super important. Um, and I kind of want to explain like what I'm trying to, do with my life and the things that I've taken away from what I've learned in surfing. So let's get without further ado. I'm gonna turn this into a future talk that's way more important. But number one, I'm gonna give you a roadmap of what this video is entailing so that you don't click away. First is about risk and reward. The second thing is about how surfing has taught me what it means to generate yourself luck, right? If you can pump yourself luck, like shoot out luck, and you're able to create sort of more lucky events in life, you're able to create more opportunity, you're able to create so much more. And so this video is really, really helpful for me. So the first thing is like everything I've done in my life that's been a risk, right? I don't know, asking out Talia to homecoming, or asking her out to a date, or talking to people, going out of my way. Like all these risks, they've only really brought me rewards, right? Like what's the downside? Oh, you might get rejected. Oh, people might not like you. I'm at a cafe recording, people might think, I'm weird. But I don't care. There's so much more reward than the risk. And to be 100% honest, like even things about like football, right? You never played football, people were thought you were bad, but you took the risk anyway. Don't take stupid risks. Like parking your car at one little area because it generates you that little reward of 10 seconds. That's a terrible reward to risk ratio. The risk is you lose your car. You can get towed. You can get a ticket. So these are terrible reward to risk ratios. You kind of have to figure that out. Same with surfing. Right, you took a risk, and that provided a lot of reward. What was the downside of it? Nothing. You were just nervous, you were scared, and so being able to create that and generating that, that provided you a lot of happiness. And so the lesson for me to learn from all of what I've done so far is that it's easy to be scared. It's easy to think about what your life looks like right now and keep it at that status quo. But what's hard, but what's so rewarding is going out and taking that risk. But first, analyze that risk, right? But be like really practical from like a third person point of view. Like, is that really a risk? Like people thinking you're bad at something, right? No one really cares about what you're doing. And like that might sound sad, but I think for me, what I've learned is that it's so important to realize that, because then you can do things that you actually want to do things that you actually like, because there's no one holding you back, because no one really cares, right? Other than your family. That probably is the only group of people who care about what you do. Everyone else is just kind of bystander. And so take that risk. Don't be afraid. Stop doing what everyone else tells you to do, because if you let that shape your life, then you're going to be consistently sad. You're going to be consistently bored in your life. You're going to be, wondering why I didn't choose the different path, and you don't get that much opportunity. There's only so many moments in life where it gives you that wave of opportunity. And so that connects directly to my second point of this video is like, how did surfing teach me to take the most of every opportunity? When you go in the ocean, you don't control the ocean. Whatever happens in the ocean was going to happen regardless of what you or anyone else does. So what does that have to do with luck? Well, I would agree then that the amount of waves, the type of waves, that's completely to do with luck. You cannot do anything about that. The shape of the wave is not going to change because you want it to. The amount of waves you receive that day, or the week, or the month, or the year, or the whole life is not going to change no matter what you do. But it is so interesting to me, the difference between a bad surfer and a good surfer. Because a bad surfer blames the waves, right? Oh, I'm not lucky. Oh, today was a bad day. Oh, I didn't catch the wave because the wave looked like X, Y, Z. And maybe that's true. Maybe you weren't able to utilize, a bad wave and catch that because it was just terrible, right? And that happens in our life. But what a good surfer does is it changes completely the mindset. they position themselves in a way that they can catch that wave, right? If that wave is an opportunity, right, they don't just wait for it to come and expect what to not. They position themselves, they see it ahead of time, they paddle towards it, right? They want to meet that opportunity point, and actually, once it gets there, if you don't paddle, if you don't work hard for that wave, if you don't work hard for that opportunity, you might not catch it, right? If a wave is really steep, really, lucky opportunity, you're gonna catch it regardless of how hard you work. And that's unfortunately the truth. Some people get lucky, right? I could be really, really lucky. I could be blind and deaf and surf and still catch waves because I got lucky. But majority of the time, the best surfers, they come out and they surf, and they realize that no matter what, they need to work extremely hard, even if the wave is good. Even if the wave is good, they position themselves in a way that they catch more waves. Now, in the span of one day, a good surfer might catch 2 or 3 or 4 more waves than the average person, right? And you might be like, oh, that's just because, they're faster at paddling, they're better at, pop-ups. Sure, that could be the case. But the reason why is because they position themselves for that opportunity to, and when the opportunity gets there, they don't just, let it go away. They work really damn hard at it, right? Knowing that they could fail. And I feel like so much in my life, there's so many opportunities, job opportunities, applications, people to talk to, events to go to, where I am scared about what if I work really hard, what if I paddle really hard into the wave, but I don't catch it? Am I just going to waste my energy? Am I just going to be sad? Am I just going to think I'm not good enough? But who cares, right? When a good surfer paddles their heart out for a wave and they realize, what, it just wasn't, I gave it my all. I gave it my best. And what they think about is, what can I do better next time? How can I position myself better next time? Instead of blaming themselves or the wave, right? It's like, we always criticize ourselves. We're like, oh, I'm not good enough. But it's like, no, how can I reframe the situation? How can I protect my self-esteem, but also tell it to be constructive, to be critical in the way that we operate our life. And the other thing is when you're actually going to catch a wave, I think what I noticed the most is that a lot of people aren't stable. They're not stable before they go for the wave. And what happens is, if your life is unstable for an opportunity, that opportunity might be great. It might be a great opportunity, but it might not be for you, right? The reason why is if you're really, really unstable, it's a really big wave that's coming down and harsh, you might actually get hurt, right? The opportunity might not be for you. This person could be great. They might have all the things that you like, but you might not be stable. You might not be, completely ready in your life for that. So don't just, send off and go for it, but really feel it out. Where are you? How can you position yourself, right? And analyze. Because what surfers are doing, great surfers, they think, first of all, am I stable? Am I balanced? Second thing is, are they, am I in position? Am I ready? And then they look around. They have a lot of awareness. And they learn from others. I think a lot of my pride comes from thinking that I can do life better than everyone else. I think, oh, I can just, excel because I'm, great. But I think that mindset can only bring you so far. What the best surfers do is they learn from other better surfers, right? When you're out there, they are always observing and listening. That's the most important thing. Most of surfing is just listening, being patient, and watching how better surfers perform. And so if you're not willing to take advice from people who are older than you, have more wisdom than you, have had more life experiences than you, then you're sort of giving yourself a harder life to live. There's so many people who've gone through the exact same path that you've gone down, and they learned from it. They have the experience. They've either succeeded or they failed, and both sides of the coin can give you a lot of, insight. So how can I take that practical tip and apply it to my life? Well, there's two things. First, I want to take that advice and be constructive in it, right? I want to not just sit and focus on my own path and my own waves. I want to look at what other people are doing. How are they catching the wave, right? How are they positioning themselves and working really hard to do it? Because sometimes if you paddle too hard, you work too hard, you burn out. and the wave topples you over, right? Like investment banking, you are going to be exhausted. You are going to be burnt out mentally, physically, right? Is that fun? Is it even fun to go surfing when your body's just dying? I don't think so. When you're not appreciating the surrounding environment, I think that is what leads me sometimes to not enjoy surf. Is when I'm exhausted and when I'm not appreciating. Like sometimes I'm only so focused about catching waves, like oh the money, the money, the money. You don't even appreciate the time, the build up, the patience, just being there in the water, waiting for it to come. I think it's such a beautiful analogy for what I can do in my life. Is one, seek out help. Ask other people for advice and listen really hard. The second thing is there is so much help out there. You just have to turn your head. Right? You don't have to like walk a mile. You don't even have to fly out. There's YouTube. There is Y Combinator. There's USC. There's so much that I have to learn from. And if I don't utilize those resources, it's just going to short my life. So that's it for the video today. That's where my brain's at, a little brain dump. But no, I thought it was extremely interesting about all the things I learned. I hope that this idea is powerful for me to just appreciate. I'm not here at a cafe. I have a hoodie on. I have a roof over my head. It's nice weather. I'm in LA. I'm in America. I have so much privilege. So just be excited. And approach life with gratitude. And approach life with, no expectations. Stop expecting things. Obviously have like goals, but don't have expectations. If that makes any sense. Like goals are the things that you'd love to happen and you're gonna work towards it. But expectations, like you need that to happen or else you're not gonna be happy. Goals, expectations, completely different concepts. And separating those two is really healthy. So today, my goal, right? My goal is to get my builder hub thing done, right? And secondly, I want to hit shoulders and biceps. That's it.